be on Canva. Next week, I'll be talking about some marketing ideas for small businesses. Um, in the future, they're always going to be Friday from 2 to 2:30. And other topics that we have, we're going to have one of the co-founders from the Gifted program talk to us about ways that you can continue to take and maximize effort, the Gifted program effort. And there are some other topics. So I'm going to turn it over to Nicole. But before I do, I asked Nicole to lead this because Nicole does a fabulous job for us at the Chamber of always creating just very beautiful graphics. I mean, I kind of do my own graphics, and I remember when I was trying to help out Nicole here to upload some of her load, she was like very adamant about particular colors and so forth. And I love it because it took me back to the days when I used to work for startups and marketing was also very adamant. I had no idea that colors have numbers. I mean, that's how out of it, right? I am. And here Nicole is just very adamant. And so I'm really happy. Thank you, Nicole, for doing this Canva session for us. So it's all yours.
Thank you. And I'll say as well that I don't have a marketing background. I don't have a design background. I have a little bit of that particularness that I inherited from my mom probably, but I don't have an official training, right? So I came onto the Chamber 3 years ago and we don't have a marketing department. We're like a lot of small businesses. And I just kind of became the de facto marketing person. So for me, it was all about finding out what free tools were available, what's quick, what's easy, and what does not need a lot of learning experience. So for me, Canva fits it all. Now, I was like Sally was mentioning earlier, I do use the paid version. There is a free version, and they don't have some of the extras that the paid version does. I find that, for $12 a month, that this is really worth it for me, because I'm doing a lot of things that we used to maybe outsource, and now we can do it all in-house. So for us, it's worth it. You have to decide on your own if it's worth it for you. But for us, it's definitely been worth it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen so that you can see. All right, so everyone can see my screen okay here? Great. So, and one of the first things I'm going to mention is if you joined our last session on Canva, one of the big updates for me, and this has been a huge lifesaver for me, is that they now have a desktop application. So before you were doing, and you still can, do all of this via the web and doing it through your browser, but that has some difficulties because every time I downloaded something, it downloaded to my downloads folder. So I was done with my design, I was ready to upload it somewhere, I was ready to save it to our box file that we share with the office, but first I had to download it to downloads, and then I had to upload it to box and put it in the right folder. That is such a pain, and so many times Kim was asking me, hey Nicole, where's this thingamabobby? Like, I made it, it's just on my download folder because I haven't taken the time to put it in the box folder yet, so you can't see it, but I can see it. So this has been a huge change for me, is now having the desktop application. And so when I'm ready to download something, I'm done with my design and I'm ready to put it on a folder, I can choose where I'm going to put it very easily. So, but this is the general outlook of what Canva looks like. So they say design anything. I really believe you can design anything. I've designed ads for the town crier. I have designed flyers. I've designed posters. I've designed Instagram. I've designed animated things, flyers, everything. I design everything in here. So it really is design anything. Let's go ahead and just jump into one of kind of the new and coolest things is animated social media. So one of the reasons why animation is really taking off is because of kind of the scrolling, I don't know, fatigue, I think is what they call it. So when you're on social media and you're just scrolling, and you kind of get bored and you're just scrolling, you really want to have something that makes you stop and take a look at it. So animation is one of those easy ways to do it, and Canva makes that easy too. So we can find templates here. You don't have to create everything from scratch. You can scroll down and find a template that you think works for you. And I want something with a picture. Let's see. This one looks interesting. Let's see how this one animates. So it's got little hearts, it's got love. So let's start out here, and I'm going to swap this out with a photo of my own. So this is where I've gone into uploads, and these are photos that I've uploaded for other things, but you can upload any photo, image, video that you need. So just for fun, let's Joe Samidian. He's gonna be in our love image today. And you know what, this pink really isn't on brand for me. So I am going to go into, now one option is I can just click on the background colors, and my brand colors are here because I've uploaded these. Now again, this is a benefit of the paid version. So these are uploaded brand colors that I've done before. They can also pull from photo colors, which is pretty cool. If you upload a photo, they say, hey, these are colors that are gonna go well with that photo. But let's just say I wanna do one of my brand colors. So I'm gonna make it green. Another option that I've just discovered is styles. So maybe these are my brand colors again here, but maybe I wanna try this style, and I wanna shuffle it, see what it looks like with a different color as the main color. So you can try different styles, find out what works for you. And even with your brand colors, you can click on your brand colors and it'll input them in and shuffle them around. So I think I like, let's see, I like that one. All right, and let's add some elements. So stickers is where you're going to find some of your animated elements. So let's look at some animated elements here. And, you know, I'm not so much into these little sweethearts. So I'm gonna get rid of those. Not really into the lips, but let's say an arrow sticker sounds good to me. And I can resize it. Again, it's so easy. You really don't need much of a learning curve to learn how to do all of these things. It's all drag and drop. I want to change my text here. Easy. I want to change the font of that text. Again, my brand ones or recently used will be up here. Here's my branded fonts. So if I want to stay on message, then that's easy right there. But if I want to maybe look into something new, different, so many fonts to choose from. So again, super easy to do. And when I'm ready to go ahead and share this, now let's see, so I can share it with other people, and I could post it directly to Facebook or Twitter if you set this up. So they make it pretty easy to do all of these things, and I don't have to worry about saving them really. I can download it to my computer and save, but if I just click away from this and I go into my designs, Hello Joe is right here. So everything's saved. I can be working on multiple designs at once because that's how I do things. So I work on 17 things at once, and they'll be there when I need them. I can also put things into folders. So I can put things into networking nights, and when I need to go and update a networking night, they're all here in my folder. So I know that I can just copy and update one of them. If I need things for government affairs, they're all down here. If I need a picture of Oscar and the chamber staff, we're down here in this folder, right? So it's easy to put things where you need them. Let's go back to that branding idea for a second. So here is my brand kit, and I haven't done this too much, but you can add team members here. I think you might have to have each individual team member pay. Right now, we just all share a login and they can go in and do what they need to do. But your brand kit. So I like what Oscar was saying before is you don't necessarily need to have a brand, but it is nice when you have that someone's scrolling through one of their social media accounts and they see something and they say, oh, I know that that's from the chamber, or I know that that's from this, or I know that that's from that, because I know that it kind of looks like it's on brand with that. Also, I think when it comes to Instagram, let me pull up our Instagram account. But when it comes to Instagram, they often talk about your top 9. When someone goes to your Instagram account, and can everyone see this? I just pulled it over to this. Okay. So when you look at our top 9, I want you to see that you look at these and you kind of feel like, oh, okay, that's a cohesive message. That's a cohesive coloring, cohesive brand. It all looks like it's pretty much from the same place. Now, this is something, again, I came into this marketing with not much experience. You just saw Mimi there. With not much experience. So when I first started all of this, we were a little all over the place. When you looked at our Instagram, our social media, that's not very cohesive. You can't really tell that this is all from planned out place. It was more of, this is what looked good for me today, and that's what I did. But having a brand that you've thought of that really reflects your message, and whether that be in the fonts or the colors or your logo, can make a huge difference. So if you end up going with the upgraded version, I highly recommend figuring out what your brand colors are, adding those in. You can either type in, you can scroll around and find them and find that color, or you can type it in if you know it's a 3333 something. That's your color. You know it's there. All right. Let's go back. So lots, again, items that you can do. You can do a LinkedIn banner, you can do a Facebook event cover, all kinds of options really, and you can do custom dimensions as well. So we have this one banner on the front of our website that is a strange size, so it's not something that's going to be saved. There we go. So it's not something that's going to be a template that is common, like a LinkedIn or a Facebook, but I can tell them exactly what pixels I need and it'll get me there. I can also tell them inches. So again, if you're looking to do a town crier ad and they tell you that it's 11.75 inches by 3.2, you can type that in exactly. It'll get you exactly what you need. And you can have really good high quality images to send to them, which will be no problem to put your ad in. Let's talk about, so let's go back to our Hello Joe. And so this is one thing, is you've taken all this time and you've created this nice thing, but that's only for Instagram, right? This is Instagram size, but I would really like to make it Facebook size. I would really like it to be a Facebook post. So I start searching Facebook and I want a Facebook post, and copy and resize, and boom. Now it's the size of a Facebook post. Now you may still want to tweak it and say, you know what, now that it's bigger, I want this bigger, and let's move him over here, and oops. Again, another thing I really like, undo button. Undo button is really easy in Canva. So no worrying about your layers or whatever. It's just quick. So I've changed things around. And you know what, maybe I want to group. This is an option where you you slide and select multiple items. And then you can enlarge all those items and move them all at once together. Again, really easy. So now my Facebook post is ready to go. And let's say I'd like to resize it again. And I also need to do something for Twitter. Sorry, Twitter. And then it's going to resize. Not too bad. I could just go like this, or I can tweak it again. You know, I just saw one when I was resizing, I was typing in t-shirt. Now I'm curious. Let's see what a t-shirt looks like. Okay, so I could design a t-shirt and it could tell me what a t-shirt looks like. A few other features that I really like are some filters and things that you can use. So I have this picture of Laurent. Laurent's gonna be doing a talk for us soon. And I can take effects and I can remove the background from his image. So now it's just him without that background. So I can put him over a template. He may have disappeared, but let's see. Put a template over here, and then let's scoot him down. So now he's in my image over. Now, when I tried to do this before, and I was trying to do it for free, and I was going on to remove background image, make it a, I forget what the file type is, DNG, but we're trying to find a tool like this. I spent hours, trying to remove the background from an image. Here, that took me 2 clicks.
Can you show it one more time, Nicole? So you had the photo, you had the image. Yep.
So I have the image. Let's use Dr. Fung this time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go into effects and background remover. And it's going to take a few seconds. And background removed. And also have these kind of, we were talking earlier about some of these effects. And so you can, if you want him to look green, want him to look slightly less green, you can do that easily. Maybe it's not a good example on a person's photo to make something look green, but let's say I want to use this image. And I really like this image, but that yellow isn't really on brand with the chamber. We have more of these green colors. So I can take effects and I can take this duotone and make it more sea green. And I can have less intensity, so it's just a little bit green. But yeah, that's been another fun one to add, is just kind of a background. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Does anyone have any particular questions? Oh, are we back? Maybe. Oh, are we back? Maybe. Sorry, I think did I lose you all there?
We're all here.
Okay.
I think we lost you.
Donna, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Nicole. It's Donna. I'm from Greentown, Los Altos. So thank you so much for letting me jump in with you guys today. This is fantastic. I'm where you were like years ago.
Yep.
Anyway, what about an email that you, without using MailChimp or Constant Contact, is there some format that would let you just send a consistent formatted document that would show up in an email? Or is Canva not really for something for email?
I don't think it's for email. You can create an email header. So you could create an email header that you can customize for each email. We've done.
I think we.
We missed your last few seconds, Nicole.
I can hear you now.
You're back.
All right. Sorry, it says my internet connection is unstable. Sorry about that, everyone. So Donna, I'm not sure how much of my answer you heard, but you could create an email header.
Okay.
That you could use across across your emails, but you would still need a different email client, I think, to send it out.
But if you designed, let's say you just designed a logo of some sort that you could put at the top of all your emails, at least that would be a recognizable, mini brand of some sort, I suppose.
Yeah. And we've done that. Let me see if I can find ours. Website.
Government Affairs has some, or that you've created, Nicole?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can find that. But yeah, we have done that, and that does make a difference. Maybe, oh, here it is. Okay, chamber marketing materials. So yeah, we've done this one and had it in different variations.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our e-news one, and then we have one for upcoming events, and seminars. So we use the same kind of template, and then we modify it so people know it's coming from us, but it looks different based on the content of the email.
Right. But is it something you literally cut and paste into the body of an email?
Pretty much, yeah. This
Okay.
would be an image, and then I would add that image to the top of an email that I was sending.
And it's just like the usual cut and paste commands on your computer?
Pretty much, yeah. I would download. So from here, I would then download this, and it does give you options. So I could download it as a PNG, as a as a GIF.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I downloaded it as a PDF, oh, well, yeah. Okay. All right. Got it.
And then, yeah, you add it to wherever you go. So I do like this option, the downloading as PDF. Again, when we're talking about when you want to print something or you want to send it to something like the Town Crier, PDF print, super high quality. If you need a lower quality, to add it to an email or just add it somewhere simple, then you have all these options for the file types that you need.
Okay, cool. Cool. That in and of itself is super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, and PDF print as well. They can also allow you to do crop and bleed marks, like those little kind of X's or little brackets you see, so that allows whoever's printing it to really pinpoint what the size of the file is.
Nice, nice. Okay.
Anybody else have any questions or things that are on their mind as far as?
Nicole, Shannon said that when you froze, she didn't quite hear your answer. So if you could repeat.
Which one? I think
it was, let me see here, sorry. When you can, okay, earlier she says, when you can, please review the text font feature you mentioned the other day. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so this is one of the new features. This had always been one of my challenges when it came to designing. I couldn't figure out how to get let me look at all my designs, how to get, when you have like a white font on a background, to really get that to pop out, right? Because often it blends in, and I didn't want to have to compromise my background in order to make it pop, but I couldn't quite figure out how to get that font to really pop out without adding something behind it. It was very tricky. So recently, Canva has created these effects that you can do with fonts. So effects now, so this is what it looks like without it. And now I can use lift, and I can even adjust the intensity. And can you see how it's a little bit easier to read that white font?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can try it down here as well. So again, this is with none. Might try making it bold so it really shows up, but now there's that lift, so it really pops out more. And you can change the intensity. You can have a shadow instead, and you can even change the color of the shadow.
Yeah.
So that will help as well. You can make it blurrier, less blurry, transparent. So there's a lot of new tools to really make your font stand out, and this is really easy. Before, I was trying to make a copy of my word and then making it black and then hiding it behind and trying to size it up perfectly. This makes it super easy.
And Nicole, how did you get to this feature or this
so yeah, so anytime you click on your words, this word effect should show up.
Oh, okay.
Elsewhere, it's not, but when I'm clicking on my text, here's effects.
Yeah.
And there they are.
Gotcha.
I haven't tried glitch before or neon, but wow.
Wow.
It's a lot of new options.
Yeah, very cool.
So you could use Canva to make just a one-page flyer, a one-page PDF that could be printed out on 8.5 by 11, say.
Yep. So again, you can go to the home.
Okay.
And advertising flyer is one that I use pretty often. So it kind of pops up right here and you can click it from there. You could also just search by flyer and it's there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Let's see what a daycare flyer looks like.
I was going to say, is there an environmental category for her?
Yeah, so there should be as well. When you can often search by environmental protection
Poster. Wow.
and here's all the categories.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you could use some of that?
It's, yeah, everything here is licensed so that you can use it. And I didn't mention as well, but let's open up one of these. And again, an advantage of the paid version of Canva is when you go to photos, they are linked with a lot of photo sites. So let's just say I'm searching trees. Here's free to use, tons of images of trees.
Whoa.
Yep. And so
Oh
you just
gosh.
plug and play, those go right over the image that you had. So you can update these to be whatever you want. You can use them.
I love it. Oh my God. I'm going to waste the entire weekend doing this. I can tell. Not waste, I spend. Wow.
And so I think that comes up. Mimi, was that also your question of where do you get your graphics? I saw that in the chat.
I was, even though I have, as a franchise, I have access to their, the templates for the marketing and the advertising, but you still, as a small business owner, you still need to do something personalized for your Facebook or your email or impromptu flyers. You still have to be able to do that. So before Canva, I would try to create something in Word, print it out, take a picture of it, post it on Facebook. And then you were never happy with graphics.
No.
Or if you were on Facebook and you wanted to set up an event and you wanted to splash it up, but you didn't have access to graphics. So then it was just text. And so, you always kind of felt like, wow, I really don't think it's going to attract any attention. So this is really user-friendly and it's very helpful. So I'm very grateful for your time, Nicole, to share.
Of course. Yeah, so obviously fitness is a big category. So there's lots of fitness templates, and there's also going to be a lot of images as well that you can search for and plug in. Again, they'll just be here under photos. You can even say, if you want to get really, I think I'm spelling everything right, but nope. So
circuit boards.
I've gotten very specific before and been able to find images that worked well for me. So if you want like a woman holding soda, there's women holding soda.
Oh my gosh.
You can get very specific. We started out with trees, that's very broad, but if you're looking for something very particular, then you can find it. Sally, did you have a question?
Yes, and I remembered to unmute myself, so that helps. So this is probably a simple question for you, but I will ask it because I haven't tried to do it yet. So you have a photo, you want to stick it on Instagram, but you have frames. We have a student designer who's working with us this summer, which is cool. And so she's created some frames for us. So how would I upload her frames and then stick my picture into them on Canva to then post on Instagram?
You should be able to.
Would that be like in the brand kit? I could have brand
You can,
frames.
so you can just go to uploads.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it when you're in a design as well. You can just go to uploads and then
Mm-hmm.
put an image or video,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll, open up your folder, and you can just upload the image pretty easily
Okay.
there.
So I could have our library of frames already uploaded, and then I can
Yep.
upload each individual photo and combine them to an Instagram post.
And another nice thing, let's see, trying to remember where I do this here, but if you have a template that you like, you can save that template so that you can revisit it often. Trying to remember how, let's see. So I do have a few templates that I have saved. I think that's also in the, all your designs. Obviously, I haven't done that in a little while, but I mean, another option is you save it into these folders. And I know that when I do State of the Cities, I want to be able to use that same template again. I can just make a copy and then I can update it for 2021 and it'll be there. But if you also, like we talked about, so we have seminars and I have templates that I like. I can make a copy, and pretty easy to take something that you've used before and continue to reuse it without having to upload it or bring it over each time.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One last thing, just because there's a new thing that I had discovered is show rulers and show guides, show margin. So if you want something to always be lined up along a certain guideline, this is a new feature added, is to add these guides in so that you know that whenever you align something within these guides, that they'll all be in that straight line. So that was something new I had seen, and I wanted to share that probably with Shannon and people who had joined us before, that you can use these guides to line everything up perfectly. Works well with text, things like that. All right, I think we've gone over our half an hour. So we did have a little bit of cutting out, so maybe it's come out to exactly half an hour. Did anybody have any last minute questions?
Just a first step for getting started. Just you just go to Canva and maybe you can Google a tutorial or something and then just play with it.
I do like Canva does have, it looks like they don't have it here in the PC version, but on the web version, they do actually have, it's kind of like continued education. So if you want to learn about design and you don't have a design background, again, like I didn't, you can learn about why branding is important. So it's right here is learn. So getting started with Canva, designing with Canva, social media marketing, graphic design basics.
Okay.
Business.
This looks just like what I need. Okay.
Yep. So they actually have this kind of mini design school that comes with it. So if you want to take it a little bit further, you can hop on and watch any of these videos to learn more about graphic design.
Awesome. Wow. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole. Very helpful.
Glad to help.
Really great resource, and Nicole's found her way through it so well. It's been so helpful in supporting what we do at the chamber and then so many other businesses, that it's an incredible resource between her providing these tutorial sessions and then just the tool itself. There you could spend a lot of time really kind of getting in there and finding out different tools to help improve what you do and promoting your business. So Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you. And I just added my email to the chat if you need some help or if you want me to hop on with you and walk you through something individual that you're working on, just shoot me a message.
Oh, that's great. I'm going to copy that right now. Awesome. But I'll try not to bother you.
Thank you and have
That's
a
what I'm
great
here
weekend.
for. All right, have a great weekend,
Yeah,
everybody.
thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye-bye, all.
Take care.